Hey, this is part 2 of my tutorial on how to fix an Xbox's red ringing. If you haven't watched part 1, please watch it. Actually, it just shows this disassembly. If you know how to get to here, then watching part 2 wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm going to take the motherboard out, and I'll show you what to do and what modifications I've already made on the Xbox for it to be fixed. Yeah, let's get started here. Again, I have my tools. I have my little star tool, and I'm going to go down here to the bottom of the Xbox where there's these screws. And now these were already removed for the top of the case to come off. So those will not need to be removed. Well, those will already be removed by the time you get to this step. So then don't remove these before you remove those big ones, because then the motherboard's going to be bounced around and then while you're trying to take the white case off. So these come out pretty easy. You'd never want to tighten these too much because it'll put tension on your motherboard and it'll bend your motherboard, which will cause it to overheat, and that's bad, really bad. I think the last time I did this, I tightened it up a little too much, just slightly. I'm just getting these screws out of the way here. This is after the RF module's already out, and the fans, and the little plastic piece to guide the air of the fan and all that. So I'm just going around here, take these all off. This is the part that takes the longest. It's not even the fixing part that takes the longest, it's this. With my hands, like, they're big. It's hard to work on little things, but I've managed. My big hands don't let anyone see anything what's going on. I've noticed that too in my videos, that while I'm making the video, my hands are just in the way, so sorry. I gotta find better angles and better things, different ways to use the tripod. Right now I'm shooting off a Kodak. Yeah, I forgot what my Kodak's called. It's what is it called? A ZI-8, that's what it's called. And it has a very narrow shot. It has no wide angled lens capabilities at all. I've seen some aftermarket like things that magnetize the front of it and give it a wide angle, but I'm not too sure how good that would work. Might buy one just for like a bit, because I don't think I'm changing cameras anytime soon. So here's this. And the motherboard, you can lift off the heat sinks very carefully, and the front will come out first, and the back will just slide up, and that's how you get that off. And I like to take this, chassis out of the way, and I like to bring back a nice little plastic piece to set it on top of, just because it's not jumping any circuits or doing anything. But here's this. Here's the modifications I've done. I've taken out this clip from this side and put in these screws, which have a metal washer and a plastic washer up against the motherboard, and they tighten up on this heatsink to then press the chip back in when it's overheated to then fix the red ring of death problem. As you're doing this, make sure these little sticky things stay on here. They come off a lot, but they stick back on pretty good. Again, they seem everlasting sticky. So then we're gonna, before you pop the power back on, you're gonna put the RF module just back in. Just slide it right in this port right here. Now that the plastic's not there, it might seem like it's not supposed to go in there, but it will slide in there after you get it. Plug the power back in there, right? And then you're going to turn it on with that little button right in the middle. Okay, just going to do that because I don't have any video cable plugged in. Just going to do that for a sec. And then eventually it'll give me the red rings here in a sec. Come on, red rings. I think this is an antenna, or maybe this is the antenna. to pick up the controllers. Maybe. I think so. That's my assumption. So give me red rings. Okay, there's red rings. Okay, red rings. Okay, feel these should be starting to heat up a little bit. If your fan's on in your room, you might need to cut it because that's cooling off your 360 with the fan on. Here's my controller. So I just cut the fan off. It's red ringing. It's I mean you'll feel when it's like overheating. Heat sinks will get pretty hot. And when it does overheat, it'll give you I don't know what that was. When it does overheat, it'll give you these 2 red rings just lit up, just those 2 lights there. So we're waiting here. We're waiting. It takes good 2 minutes to overheat. You do want to leave it on for a good 45, maybe a minute on to really, melt that chip soldering. As horrible as that sounds, melt that chip soldering to push it back into place. Let's see here. It's getting pretty hot here. This one's getting decently hot. This one's not barely heating up at all. That worries me. It's getting hot in my room. Turn off the fan on. Starting to sweat a little bit. Come on. Okay, this one's feeling the heat now. This one's been heating. CPU gets pretty hot pretty quickly. I've not done a modification on my CPU's thing. Usually you don't have to tighten up on those too much. But maybe soon I'll have to. If this doesn't fix it. The GPU is actually staying quite cool, which is bothering me. That copper, if you can still touch that copper and it doesn't burn you, it's not hot enough yet. That one's probably flaming right now. I'm gonna try. That was my nail touching it. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Durable 360 this one is. Barely even needs cooling. If it wasn't red ringing, I'd still be online right now. It might be smart to dust some of this stuff off too, if you have canned air. Okay, it's getting hot. It's getting hot. That's a good sign. You can see there's some dust in this one. You can blow through that now. It'll help cooling a lot. These copper tubes, they transfer heat from this heat sink to the smaller heat sink. This is the 2nd generation. So this 2nd heat sink is the fix that they kind of put in there to fix it up. I think the next generation even has a bigger heat sink over here. Just to get, the only problem I see here is this one has a fan coming across it. This one's just over here floating. I guess it kind of gets some suction here to blow that out, because this plasticky piece, this plasticky piece, yeah, anyways, that plasticky piece, oh, there it is. Plasticky piece that's here like this, there, this, and then it fans right up against it, so it sucks air that way, but this one doesn't seem to be getting any suction, I guess. Alright. Okay, it's getting there. I can feel the heat there. Don't want my mom on the phone over there. They don't get the taking video quiet thing, I don't know. Got Gotta figure that one out. I think my video time's over. I'll see you guys when this thing does overheat. Thanks for watching.